Animatic Battle 4 is finally here. At least, the first part of it is. I know I said I wasn't going to make any more My Predictions 4 videos. However, this is a big occasion, being the first Animatic Battle episode in over a year. This will be the actual final one, though. With that said, let's get into it. Starting with a recap of my last prediction. Object Fool and Grant Swag lost in episode 3, losing one member each. The former performed worse, which means their eliminated player got out first. I predicted each team would have about 18,000 votes, but it was actually nearly double. 33,581 for Object Fool, and 33,518 for Grant Swag. I actually had a slightly better record of the order of elimination this time compared to last for both teams. Starting with Object Fool, I did predict that Kane's Cup and Demon Core would be the first two safe, though I had their placements swapped as Kane's was the actual first safe by an enormous lead. However, my predicted loser, Don't, was safe third, with P and Bioluminescent each being one spot lower than I predicted, 4th and 5th respectively versus 3rd and 4th. I may not have gotten the elimination right for this team, but neither did my viewers. They mostly predicted Hives would be out, but they survived in the exact place I predicted, somehow getting the exact same vote total Bioluminescent got. At least, according to the episode, this is the case. It is possible that that was an error. I also got Cher's placement exactly correct, as he survived the bottom two. I definitely didn't expect Mushroom to get out. But then, I don't really think anybody did, so I can't be too harsh about missing that. The bigger improvement compared to last time was with Grant Swag, as I guessed 5 of them correctly as to their placement. To start with, all of the top 3 were correct. Notepad in first, Acid in second, and Bush in a Pot in third. Chocolate Milk Carton got underestimated by me, but I did admit that they, along with Juicebox and Silly Straw, were pretty interchangeable in my eyes, so it's not that major of a miss. Silly Straw was the next one I was right on the money with, but I did overestimate Juicebox considerably, as Sipable is next after Silly Straw. However, I did get the most important part right. That Nacho would be the one eliminated. With less than a 100 vote difference though, it was a lot closer than I expected it to be. Here's all of them. The ones on the left half of the screen, I overestimated their placements. The ones on the right, I underestimated their placements. And the ones in the middle were exactly correct. I got 7 out of 16. Still under half, but much better than the 2 I guessed last time. Since Animatic Battle 4 is going to be 2 parts, that means I have to predict which 2 teams will lose before I can predict who will get out from each team. Currently, I believe one of the teams that will lose is Most, because of how Claybrick got eviscerated, making him unable to do the talent, and they might not come up with a new one in time. The other will be Papaya, because Animatic may not like Yummy Yummy Gum Gum as much as the contestants do. Under my prior assumptions, Most will be the first to lose a member because Papaya would at least have something. In that scenario, Nebula Void is the clear front runner for first safe, and Cheez-It and Claybrick won't be far behind. Buddy Cut Boy and Slop will be safe next, and so will School ID, as she has been getting a bit more to do lately. As for the last two, I think Eggnog Jr. will be safe because she has at least been getting screen time. Meanwhile, Danger Sign hasn't had any lines since the beginning of episode 2, at least as far as I can remember. This is why I believe he will wind up getting 59th place. The other team that loses in my prediction is Papaya, and there are clear winners and some who fall behind. Exclamation Mark will be the clear first safe in episode 5 to a similar extent that Kane's Cup and Notepad were in episode 4. Popcorn and Prince will be next after them, but it won't be close. Iced Coffee will follow after them. I also think Shu will also gain a lot more votes than he otherwise would have due to showing some more personality. Shadow Dormant will be safe as well since he seems to be fairly popular despite not getting a lot of screen time last episode. As for the bottom two, I think Mini Disky is more likely to get out, although I could easily also see it being Pancake Batter. Whichever of them gets out, which I again lean towards being Mini Disky, gets 58th place. Since I didn't do this before, but I did in the last Animatic Battle video, I will try to predict how many votes will be cast. I think there will be another increase, but not as drastic as the last couple of times. When all is said and done, around 40,000 votes will be cast per team. Last but absolutely not least, it is time for the most important prediction of all. Which side do I think Oil Paints' coin will land on? Heads or tails? I think the vote will end up going to Idiot Machine, as it is the joke option in the poll. My actual prediction, though, is that her coin will land on heads. Thank you for watching. Make sure to subscribe with notifications on.